you for tuning in tonight to Metropolis Decentralized Exchange. Today we're going to be talking about the Trust Coin BEP-20 token. But let me go over our mission statement. It's to provide creative financial solutions to real estate investors through Trust Coin BEP-20 tokens, smart contracts, and a determination to exceed expectations. MKG Enterprises Business Trust is located in Fresno, California, and is part of the real estate business trust sector industry, a Massachusetts business trust, MBT, promoting diversity, inclusion, cryptonomics, and opportunity zone investments in Fresno. MKG Enterprises Business Trust is registered with the United States Securities Exchange Commission, offering Reg D exempt security offerings to beneficial shareholders as stock certificates in opportunity zones, affordable housing development, and land banking. Unlike other alternative coins, MKG Enterprises Business Trust BEP-20 token, or as we should call it, the Trust Coin, has a monetary value as well as pegged to a real business trust, which makes it unique in itself because it's not like the Doge coin or the Shiba Inu coin, something that was just made as a joke. However, this is actually a operating business, but we'll go ahead and get a little bit more into that as we get later on into our discussion. But to elaborate further, MKG Enterprises Business Trust, well, let me say the disclaimers here. MKG Enterprises Business Trust does not affect security transactions, give investment advice, or recommend any securities, as it is not registered as a broker-dealer, Reg CF funding portal, or investment advisor with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission or the Securities Regulatory Commission, agency or body of any state of the United States or any non-U.S. jurisdictions. As such, MKG Enterprises Business Trust, referred to as MEBT, is not acting in a fiduciary capacity with respects to any user of the MEBT services, and MEBT disclaims any broker-client or advisor-client relationship with respects to any party using those services. So my name is Marshawn Govan, and I am the host of Cryptonomics today. BEP-20 was conceived as a technical specification for Binance Smart Chain with the goal of providing a flexible format for developers to launch a range of different tokens. These could represent anything from shares in a business to dollars stored in a bank vault, a stablecoin. You may know that Binance Smart Chain was envisioned as something of an extension to Binance Chain with dual chain architecture. Both chains are complementary. Binance Smart Chain caters to decentralized applications without congesting the original chain, which is optimized for ultra-fast trading. Because of this architecture, heavy emphasis was placed on cross-chain compatibility. For that reason, BEP-2 tokens can be swapped for their BEP-20 equivalent. The easiest way to do so is perhaps the Binance Chain wallet extension in the Google Chrome store, Trust Wallet, MetaMask Wallet, and the Coinbase Wallet is where you will be able to exchange Trust Coin BEP-20 tokens. You can learn more about Trust Coin by visiting the website at https://mkgenterprises.us/coin/trust. Benefits to you. A business trust combines the best feature of a corporation, LLC, and partnership all in one, yet it is less hassle. No Secretary of State registrations, no fees, no franchise taxes, no resident agent, and no state permission. It can operate in California or any of 49 states nationwide. The business trust is completely anonymous to outsiders. Why is this so important? Well, as we stated earlier, MKG Enterprises Business Trust, Trust Coin, is pegged to MKG Enterprises Business Trust. So those are the benefits you will get by holding, purchasing, and swapping the Trust Coin token. Many successful business owners are looking for a fresh alternative to government sponsorships. It's exactly what happened to us. After years of operating corporations and LLCs, we found the business trust solution. It relieved us of many hassles to organize a low-profile investment management company to save time and money. Low-profile privacy. Unlike a registered corporation, LLCs, partnerships, or statutory trusts, the business trust is totally off the public's radar screen. It has no Secretary of State filing requirements in many states. Thus, it does not appear in any public online database. This means your trust tokens will only be identified by your wallet address, or the bank accounts, names, address, and owners are invisible to outsiders. They're unlisted organizations, which makes it very difficult for many banks to do business with business trusts. However, MKG Enterprises Business Trust has you covered if you are interested in purchasing and investing into Trust Coin tokens. It is a worldwide acceptance. You can read the European or Asian Wall Street Journal, FT, or Reuters financial news, and you will see business trusts used extensively in Singapore, the United Kingdoms, Australia, South Africa, and India. As these are often registered public investment companies, they apply a different purpose to their mission. However, the fundamentals, trust, trustees, shareholders, architects, is essentially identical to those who prefer a privacy purpose. A business trust is recognized as wholly valid and legal form of business organization with the right to do business, hold and convey real estate, make contracts, and enforce its rights in court. Personal versus commercial trusts. Living trusts are designed for estate planning. They fit within the category of personal trusts whose purpose is to convey, conserve, and distribute wealth. Business trusts are designed for doing business. They fit within the category of commercial trusts whose purpose is to operate a for-profit business. So thus, you have benefits of acquiring, holding, and owning Trust Coin tokens, that is a BEP-20 coin. The United States history. Long ago, the Massachusetts Bay Colony Corporation was afforded a government monopoly, political cronies only. A law was passed that prevented the other corporations from holding property and engaging in businesses without liability protection of the corporation. Investors were unwilling to risk debtors, prison, and their wealth on a single venture. Business trusts originated in England several centuries ago. They were called unincorporated joint stock companies in the late 1680s. Subsequently, American investors imported this concept for business operations because of limited liability and protection for investors, also known as entity shielding. We see the state of Massachusetts as the foundation for business trusts in the United States. Originally, it was used by the electric railway operators as well as gas utility companies. The State Supreme Judicial Court in 1890 recognized the business trust as a legal entity. Rockefeller's and famous Standard Oil was a maze of business trusts. Its vertical integration was savvy, but later a problem. If corporations were such a great deal, why did Rockefeller and Carnegie prefer a trust? The name Sherman Antitrust Act of 1890 is misleading. More accurately, it should read Anti-Competition Act because it attacked monopolies, cartels, and trusts. Later on, the Clayton Antitrust Act of 1914 is also a misleading term. It sought to prevent anti-competitive practices such as fixed pricing. In both cases, the underlying issue was not the business organization itself, it was the owner's behavior. Thus, Trust Coin is a decentralized utility token that is governed by the people that hold the tokens. We aim to achieve staking as well as lending and other DeFi solutions that will invest in opportunity zones and real estate. But since 1940, in the United States, mutual funds such as Vanguard organized as a business trust. Their industry holds trillions of dollars of assets. Rockefeller and famous Standard Oil was a maze of business trusts. In The 1960s, real estate investment trusts, REITs, became popular and remain so today. You can find Walmart Business Trust in the news too. In America, many professionals, including most lawyers, have little experience or understanding of commercial business trusts. None of the leading case books on business organizations or associations cover the business trust law school curriculum. It's focused entirely on personal trust and estate for wealth transfer. There are few references to a trust structure for operating a business. None of them advocate strategies for asset privacy. Property is conveyed to the trustees to be held, managed, or invested for the benefits of one or more beneficiaries. These beneficiaries often hold freely transferable shares unless restricted by trust declarations. Often these trusts are organized using Massachusetts law because they have extensive case history. A business trust is a citizen of every state in which its shareholders reside. Navarro Savings Association versus Lee, docket number 79-465, United States Supreme Court, 1980. MKG Enterprise Business Trust has 125 million beneficial shares issued. Like other kinds of trusts described, business trusts have a long history. In our litigious and open internet society, they are becoming an increasingly popular way for successful investors to operate with superior privacy. Federal taxes. Federal and state authorities retain the power to tax the income of any business in your choosing domicile. However, a business trust has flexibility in how it is classified and where. Business trusts have no special distinction in the Internal Revenue Code. Just like LLCs, they're taxed as individuals, partnerships, or corporations. The standard corporation is subchapter C. You may optionally elect S as needed. With passage of the 2017 tax law, many investors prefer the 21% corporate tax rate. The C Corp, ideal for investors seeking fringe benefits and long-term capital gains. The S Corp is for those seeking maximum cash flow. Double taxation chatter can be misleading. It really depends upon your objective, capital gains, or income, plus various types of deductions. Here's a scenario. If you're applying for a loan with an S corporation, the underwriter will request both your personal and corporate tax returns. If you use a subchapter C, which is a C Corp, they only want your personal return. The business trust structure is not a statutory entity in California and many other states. It is exempt from paying the annual $800 franchise tax to the Franchise Tax Board, thus making Trust Coin, the BEP-20 token, more economical. So if you like what you're hearing, then you can understand that there is greater financial flexibility in the trust token, BEP-20. The corporate veil risk. So as you would buy shares in a company or stocks in a corporation or an LLC, they have a corporate veil. But, investing into a trust, let's go ahead and look in exchange for compliance with state rules and regulations of the corporation and LLC models, companies are granted certain statutory protections should it fail to follow any of the many government requirements. The so-called corporate veil liability protection for the entity is pierced. This can render partners, directors, and stockholders unprotected and personally liable for debts of the organization. Trust Coin has an operating procedures, how it operates by its declaration of trust. And so it is governed by the declaration of trust as well as the operating agreement that is formed with the trust, as well as the tokens that are issued and how they are used for a cause. But more painful is a tax audit. If during an audit, the IRS or your state tax authorities request our records and discover we fail to maintain you maintain the veil of investment into a company or a corporation or LLC, they can list out all the business deductions and recast income to personal tax rate years back to inceptions. this can be devastating. Insurance claims are subject to denial if your corporation or LLC fails to respect the veil. Imagine selling a big lawsuit out of your own pocket. So a business trust has no corporate veil or paperwork requirements from the state, yet the participant, trustees, and beneficiaries possess a great many benefits and safety protection. It remains a prudent business practice to keep basic records according to the original trust agreement. So the limited liability, you get 3 types of limited liability safety. This includes protection for the company itself, the person who operates the business, trustees, and those that get the financial benefits to shareholders. What does this all have to do with the Trust Coin token or the BEP-20 token? It has an intrinsic value. It has benefits. It has, protection and, financial flexibility. So it's an all-inclusive token that is under the radar and completely unknown to the crypto market, is why Cryptonomics by Metropolis Decentralized Exchange is bringing this information to you. But without further ado, in the conventional corporation structure, the stockholders are the de facto legal owners of assets. The officers or agents of the stockholders. This can cause liability. Although a stockholder of Google is unlikely to have problems in a small corporation, they are at greater risk because of the state compliance issue. In a business trust, the trusts are the legal owners of assets. They are not agents of the shareholders, yet they do have a fiduciary responsibility to the trust and the shareholders, as well as the token holders of the trust coin, that is a BEP-20 finance token. Provided that the trustees manage the business without interference, the shareholders' liability is little to none. Corporate stockholders as owners can, well, we're going to omit that, but trust shareholders are not owners and cannot sue the trustees for performance issues without risking their safety. They can cause the trust to be recast as a partnership. The greater financial flexibility. In the corporate structure, the company may only pay dividends to stockholders. So the key is dividends. I believe there is no utility token except some of the DeFi, the staking and the lending that provides the interest. So the interest we can be considered as a dividend. But if you were to purchase a trust coin that paid dividends to the token holders or the stockholders with the business trust, the trustees may distribute dividends, return of capital, profits, or none to the shareholders. This offers you greater flexibility for cash management. Investors. Any business organization can have investors. Corporations have stockholders. LLCs have members. Business trusts have shareholders. A statutory trust and corporations are both artificial persons created by government permissions. Your non-statutory business trust is a natural person with all the rights of an individual. So the mission statement is to provide creative financial solutions to real estate investors through Trust Coin BEP-20 tokens, smart contracts, and the determinations to exceed expectations. And so if you would like, the easiest way to own our trust tokens is to download, or at least go to the Binance Smart Chain extension in the Google Chrome store, where you can download the Trust Wallet, the MetaMask wallet, and the Coinbase wallet. But you can also learn more about our alternative coins on the Metropolis Decentralized Exchange at coinrt.co. Once again, that website is coinrt.co, where you can actually go to the website and purchase the coins that we have listed on there, which is the token listings and the ratings. I'm going to go ahead and end this show for today. And my name is Marshawn Govan, and I am the host of Metropolis Decentralized Exchange, Crypto Finance, and also bringing to you the Trust Coin BEP-20 token by MKG Enterprises Business Trust.